Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Nash and Arnold's. We're wrapping up day one of the training this week. We're actually going to film all 4 days this week. We're going to put 2 out this week, 2 out next week, and that way I can go on Christmas vacation without Dylan. So today we went through competition squat, competition bench, feet up bench, competition deadlift, and then I skipped my RDLs because I don't feel good. Competition squat today went pretty well. Worked up to a top single at 277.5 kilos. Felt like I good morninged the hell out of it, but it wasn't that bad watching it back. It was slower than I would have liked for sure. It was definitely not as sound as last week. So I will likely repeat that weight on Thursday or Wednesday, I guess, because this week's also condensed. So I'll repeat that weight anyways and see if I can clean it up, move it a little bit better. I rated it about a 9 RP. And I think that's pretty accurate, but won't be pushing that up until I can bring that RPE down and make that a little bit nicer. Squat volume today, 207.5 kilos. Moved really well, felt really good, hip felt good, everything felt nice and smooth like it should, so I'm happy with that. Again, that's 2.5 over the last time I did competition volume, and definitely a step in the right direction, so hurrah. Moved on to my competition bench next. Hit a single at 167.5 kilos. It was a little bit slow. Calling it an 8.5 or a 9. And again, I'm gonna repeat that one. I went to Christmas party last night, ate a whole bunch of food, drank a couple of 2-3-7 beers, and am a little bit sluggish today. So as a result, I think some of the numbers reflected that, and that just kind of is what it is. Hey, at least I'm here, right? Did my competition bench volume, that was 145 kilos for, I think, 5 sets of 4. That moved pretty well. Not fantastic, but pretty well. And moved on from there to my feet up bench, which was a PR this week. And top set of feet up bench was 115 kilos for a set of 10, which was happy. I really like feet up bench. You get a sick pump, and it kind of actually feels really good on my shoulder. I tend to get a little bit of impingement, a little bit of weirdness still in my shoulder doing the competition bench, but feet up bench seems to kind of just pump a bunch of blood in there, get things moving, and make it feel a little bit better. After my feet up bench, did competition deadlift. Man, this is a long day. Competition deadlift, pulled a single at 352.5 kilos. Felt a little sluggish off the floor. I felt like I maintained position a little bit better than a couple sessions ago with more weight. I still rated that about an 8.5 just because it did feel a little bit more sluggish than I would have liked. But felt mostly good. A little bit of volume at 270 for sets of 5, and then I skipped my RDLs because I'm tired and I want to go home, and this whole week is all smushed together and such. So that was pretty much training for the day. We're going to move on to the question of the day. So moving on to the question of the day, we got a question here from Jesse Tamburi, and he wants to know what I do when I have a really bad day in the gym. In this case, he's talking about a day where you come in, you can't even come close to lifting like you normally can. He had a day like that today and is wondering what the heck to do. So in most cases, actually in all cases, I lift based on RPE. So if I have one of those days, I lift what I can according to my target RPEs. Obviously, I walk in with a goal in mind. Any day I'm coming in to train. But if I can feel during warm-ups or during my ramp-up sets that that goal isn't there, I'll take what I can, trying to keep it as close to the RPE that I'm trying to hit as possible, and just move on. Just put it behind you and move on. In some cases, it's also very worthwhile to analyze why that happened. Today I came in, things felt sluggish, I didn't take huge jumps, but I didn't sleep super well. I ate a whole bunch of all kinds of foods, drank a little bit last night, and just feeling sluggish and feeling it. So I knew that today wasn't gonna be 100%. But if you go into a day like that and you can't lift what you normally can, try and figure out why. Are you overreaching for the training session or the training cycle that you're in? Maybe you've passed that nice little sort of time to peak and it's time to deload. Maybe you need to tailor your block lengths, your average intensity, any number of things a little bit better and more specifically to what you need. If it's just a one-off day and you're not seeing an overall downward trend in performance, then it probably was just that, a one-off day. Things just weren't clicking that day. But I think it's always worthwhile to analyze why you're having this bad day. Did you warm up differently? Did you eat differently before your session? Take a different pre-workout? Whatever. Try and figure out why you're having such a bad day. And if you're noticing an overall downward trend in your training, then it's probably time to take a little bit of a deload, or it's probably time to reassess your training and look at how and why you're doing things and how you can make them a little bit better for yourself. Anyways, I hope that helps, man. And I hope that was just a one-off day for you. I hope you've been able to move on since that and push forward and push heavier weights and feel good about training again. That's it for today, and we'll see you guys next time.